Today, let's explore why slowing down is actually showing leadership in your inner world and not laziness. Hi, I'm Tanya Rutherford from Queen Bee Rising, and I just wanted to check in with you today because quite often, particularly at this time of year, we are go, 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 and we start feeling like we can't keep on. And that experience is actually our nervous system saying, hang on, you've got to slow down a bit. We can't keep going at this point, or else we end up in burnout and shut down. And what I wanted to cover in this session is how rest is actually a strategy for resilience. And taking that pause is actually what real self-care can be all about. Now, this is important because when our nervous system is disrupted, when it's overloaded, our clarity, our self-trust disappears, and we're more likely to make judgments and choices that are actually going to be more detrimental to us in the long term than if we take the time out to pause, to rest, and to actually be better connected with ourselves. In that, particularly with our values, our integrity, and making sure our boundaries are aligned with those. Now, some of the reasons why that's really important is that when we're stressed, when we're in a state of stress or heightened arousal, whatever it might be, when our body is sort of really on edge, is we can't get that clarity in our thinking. And that's because parts of our brain start shutting down essentially as a survival strategy. So what we want to do is we want to create the calm that opens us up to possibility and to the positive things that are happening around us. Now, this might sound like a whole lot, but it can be as simple as just a 5-minute pause each day. It might be just a matter of getting some good breathing in. So if you want to join me or just think about it, is hand on your heart, hand on your belly. And when you're breathing, you're trying to breathe into both spaces, starting with your belly. So breathing in, you should feel your belly expanding if you're using your full lungs into your belly first and then into your chest area. And what we want to do when we're doing this, and you can keep breathing if that's what you're doing with me, is we want to actually have our posture open so we can really take some good deep breaths. If we're sort of hunched over, there's not a lot of space for us to breathe. So open up, nice deep breath. You sigh out and just let your shoulders relax. Feel like you're sinking down, and just doing this a few times in, as I said, just a 5-minute period will actually help really calm you and ground you and make everything else seem so much more manageable for the day. The big thing for this one is ground first with our breathing, with our open chest, then pause. Connect in with ourselves before we choose, and then move. Remembering that pausing is not about losing our momentum. It's actually about strengthening us so that we are actually on the right track. And in that, we regain our power to choose. So if this really resonated, consider joining our boundaries and becoming challenge. It's coming up, and it's a great way to actually get some more practices and connect in as a group, because we're not the only ones going through this, and sometimes just remembering that is enough to help us get through.